Hello, everyone. My name is John Bullock. We're here at Light23, and I'm happy to say that I'm here with Marcus Worthington of Eulum Design. And we're just going to talk about where we think the industry is going because there are different directions that we can see things moving in. Traditionally, at a lighting exhibition, you just look for different light fittings, but it's a little bit more sophisticated than that. We're looking at how light fittings are controlled, about how they perform, about what they do. Marcus, what do we think's happened over the last few years that have made those kind of changes, that have made companies like Eulum Design that much more relevant?
I think, firstly, the growth of the wireless control market has been revolutionary in how we can control lights, how we can control colors, beams, everything remotely. So that's a great technological advance. And I think how we use light for the human body is
I thought we'd get to that.
the biggest improvement. Yeah.
So you know that I'm working on sort of a retrofit type of specification, which feeds straight into wireless technology because we can't get the wires around the rooms. And the thing that matters to us there is that it's not what the kit is, it's actually the way it's performing on behalf of the users of the space.
Yeah.
And the thing that I've always been impressed whenever we've talked is the fact that when we start talking about what it is that Eulum does, you don't start from the point of saying, well, this is what's in the catalogue and this is what we can do. You start from the point of tell me what it is that you're trying to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to stop you building what you want it to be. We're not trying to shoehorn in, a product that we've had, a legacy product we've had for years, and trying to persuade you that that's the latest and greatest product. So we want to create technology that works for the environment that it's going into. It gives you the right light patterns, gives you the right output, the right energy saving, and as much direct control as possible.
Do you think we've been going down the right direction over the last few years, or have we been romanced by the potential of tech, which doesn't necessarily have an obvious application, but just the fact that you can do it seems to be enough magic for it to become part of the scene. Where you go, actually, you don't need all of that. We can do the same thing much more simply.
Yes, I think part of the problem is you can do anything, and trying to make people understand that anything's possible when other people are trying to just sell fixed items that they already have is difficult, and also trying to get that information around and that knowledge from the specifier what they really want is also very difficult sometimes because they're not aware that these things can be achieved. But of course there is a cost associated with that as well, which is prohibitive in certain places. I think the reliance on controls from a building point of view has grown, and I don't think necessarily we need it to be that much control. We've spoken in the past about automating things more often rather than controlling them.
Yes.
And I think that's a future.
That's an interesting distinction, isn't it? That you still get what you want, but you're doing it in a way where, as you say, you're not controlling it. You've already told it what to do.
Yes.
And then it just runs by itself.
Yeah. And it'll know the time of day, the place, and it can change with the seasons, and it can change with whatever you want it to be. But we don't need to overly complicate things, add more materials to projects when they're never going to be changed or they're just going to be running one time only.
Yeah. So from Eulum's point of view, do you like whole system solutions, or do you see yourself as the masters of we know how to make it work, or do you have a penchant towards let me design a light fitting for you?
I always like to design light fittings because that is my background, and it's still my passion is to design product development. But from the electronic side of it, we like to be the solution provider. We're not going to give you a complete building solution. That's not us. But we want to create the problem areas that you have and make sure they work how they should be. and do the bits that nobody else likes doing.
Do the bits that nobody else likes doing. We're going to stop this one here because we are at a show. There are people waiting to talk to Marcus. So we're going to say, Marcus, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Just go and enjoy the rest of the show. That's what I'm going to do. And we'll see you out there. Thank you very much. Dave, we're finished.